Charlie. And Ricky, we have got the head of school, and we also got the head of second. How's that? How am I saying that?
Head of secondary?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yes, I'm here with my boss. I'm very well behaved this morning. Yes, I'm the head of secondary. He's the one who does all the work.
Charlie says, I'm with my boss. I just want to let you know, I'm going to be
under strict manners.
Yes, my best behavior, even still, every word will be pronounced direct Queen's English this morning. That's what he's saying. But now I'm here this morning to discuss something Somersfield. You know, some parents are, are looking for options, or, they feel that Somersfield might be the right fit. And the conversation that we'll be having this morning will actually, enlighten you a little bit more. And also let you know that there will be, let me just get my words right, there will be an info session happening next week. Next week, Thursday. That's right, next week, Thursday, from 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. in the DP Lounge, but we'll talk about all of that in the meantime. But right now, the gentlemen are here to just, break down a little bit about Somersfield, you're displaying myths or anything that may be concerning, or things you may need to know before sending your child there, because you've heard so many great things about it, and you say, you know what, I think Somersfield's a choice for my child, so I'm going to send them there too. So anyway, if you don't mind, Charlie, if you don't mind, I'm going to start with I know you, I didn't even know why you're asking. I know you don't mind. I'm going to start with Ricky this morning.
You have to be deferential.
Exactly. Yeah, you can start with the heat honcho, huh?
Yeah. So we're going to have a conversation. Ricky, good morning to you.
Good morning. It's great to be here.
Yes, welcome to Vibe 103, and welcome to the talk. I am pretty sure a lot of the parents of students that go to Somersfield, and shout out to all the Somersfield kids as well on the way to school this morning. You guys are actually going to beat the head of school to school this morning. That works just right for you.
That's true.
Yeah, so just give me a little knowledge, give me a little talk on Somersfield. What's so unique about your educational program?
Yeah, well, we do have a unique educational continuum. Look, we have Montessori in our primary in Children's House. We start from 3 years old. Just want to put it out there, we're not just a Montessori school anymore. We have so much more. We have the International Baccalaureate, which to me is the gold standard of educational programs that goes from basically 11 years old all the way to 18. And we have our middle years program and our diploma program, and it really sets up our students for the future. The world that we live in now and the world we're going into, and all the unknown things that entails. We really need to have a great curriculum that's keeping up with the social, emotional learning and changes that are always happening in society, and making sure that we're preparing our kids not only for the world now but into the future.
Of course, well, that really makes sense. You know what I mean? It's all good getting the students ready for what's happening around them, like in their immediate future, but we're talking about in the distant future as well. So, and that's one of the things. And for those out there who are listening, you said the name Montessori. Now, I know some people say, do you hear Montessori? No, Montessori very much still is a part of the Somersfield.
Oh, well and truly. Look, we think it's the best way of preparing our young students to be self-directed learners, to develop all of those important concrete skills that they need to be great kids, great people, and to contribute to society. And it sets them up so well for the middle years program and into the diploma as well.
Now, when you say middle years, break middle years down for me. If you could do that for me, Charlie, please.
Middle years is that time that all the parents love their children the most. It's the period of adolescence. So for us, it's for students that are 11 through 16 years of age.
11 to 16.
Yeah. And we're very fortunate because just backing up a little bit, like the history of the school is, in a nutshell, was a group of parents, I think, were, at a time looking for an alternative way of educating their children on the island. And they formed together and they created the school. It was really small, started about 30 years ago up in Tivoli in Warwick. And it's just grown and built capacity over time. I think for a long time everybody thought we were just at the rugby club, and we still are, but no longer a rugby club.
No,
but our roots are obviously grounded in Montessori, which is student-centered education. It's holistic. It's about fostering all parts of the child, not just the academic part of the child. And about almost 20 years ago, they wanted to make a decision about what would be the best program that aligned with the Montessori and all that it represents. And they chose the International Baccalaureate Middle Years program. And we've been running it for a long time. We're in fact the only school on the island that runs the IB Middle Years program. There's a number of schools that do the diploma program, which is the last 2 years. But our students are actually in IB programs from 11 years old through to 18.
So by the time they get to that level, they're ready to transition right on.
Absolutely. And I think the key thing is that, you know, the programs themselves are intended to be married. So having your child enter an international baccalaureate program at an earlier age is really advantageous because they're learning all the, you know, the attributes, skills, knowledge that they need in order to be successful at the final 2 years of the program. So we really pride ourselves on having a system in place that's really supportive of adolescent, of teenage development, because, you know, we as parents, if you've experienced, you know, that can be a challenging year or period of time, and I think at the heart of it, what you want is a program that allows children to kind of test boundaries, push boundaries with respect.
With respect,
but
I forgot that part.
That's part of the process is that our teenagers need to kind of push back a little bit on what we're presenting to them and be able to explore, be able to challenge, be able to create. And I think the International Baccalaureate program, the Middle Years program in particular, really allows for that. It's very student-centered. It's all about inquiry-based learning. My kids have actually gone through the program themselves, so I can speak to it as a parent as well. It's a fantastic way to educate.
It's your testimony.
Your children,
you can speak on it. Yet, like you said, your children, you can't speak on it if your own children haven't gone through it. Like,
yes, I put my kids through it too. So
yes.
It's a great way to educate your child.
Right now, parents, you have the head of secondary here, and then is giving his testimony this morning, and it's the only school in the island to offer this.
Yeah, that's right. And I think, we are that progressive school on this island. We're the one who looks at different ways of providing unique education to students. And look, we all know what the other schools provide, which is very much a traditional approach. And a lot of you are also probably thinking about possibly sending your children to boarding schools as well. And you know what? Think carefully about that. There's really good options here on the island. I mentioned those other schools. They've got great educational programs, and Somersfield's got a great one as well. Save your money. Keep your kids in Bermuda. Yeah. And not only that, we've got world-class opportunities for these kids. They can go on to great universities by just staying here in Bermuda. So, those are the things I really want people to think about. If you're thinking possibly about moving your child, maybe to a boarding school or something, think about keeping your children here and looking at some of the independent schools, and particularly Somersfield Academy. And that's what we want to put out there. If you're thinking about looking at a world-class education for your children as they go into those upper years, come to Somersfield Academy, find out a little bit about it. And we've got an information session January 18th, as you mentioned, 5:30 p.m. at our school, and we can sit down, have a good chat with you, what you would like to what you'd like for your children, what would you like for them as they go into those older years, and how we can provide that support for them as they prepare to go into great universities.
All right, Ricky, you said something just now. You did quite a great spell of speaking just now, but the one thing parents heard, they must have saved some money. they heard that part just now. They said, oh yes, all right, so let me consider Somersfield. I'm gonna see the on next week Thursday at 5:30 p.m. because the man said I could save some money. I was thinking about saying he's a boarding school. You was getting boarding school, but Somersfield sounds like it's where you need to be going anyway. And once again, people, that is 5:30 to 7 p.m. That's next week Thursday. As we're talking about it right now, Somersfield Academy, equity and merit full and partial scholarships are now open. Let's talk about that.
Hey, yeah. I mean, look, this is something that is brand new to Somersfield Academy, but we realise we want to keep Bermudian students here in Bermuda, and we want to put our money where our mouth is. We want to actually provide those scholarships for the Bermudians to stay here on the island and to get a world-class education here. So we've got partial and full scholarships that are available, and you just need to contact us. Go on the website, contact us, and we'll give you all the information you need. But we really want to have students come into Somersfield, as I said, rather than going to boarding schools. You know, you've heard it on the radio stations, you've seen it in the newspapers, lots of boarding schools trying to encourage your children to go overseas. But hey, stay here. It's great. It's a wonderful place, and can provide a great education here on the island.
Riki and Charlie are standing by the word this morning right now. And for those who are like, well, where you get my information? You've got admissions at Somersfield.bm, or you can simply go to www.mysomersfield.bm as well. You know, these talks are not in vain, folks. And I know there are a lot of parents, you know, who do send the children off to boarding school, and you know they miss some of their quiz. Like, I need an alternative. I need something that I can, you know, actually keep my child here. And you know, Somersfield said that their answer. If they didn't know, they could check it out. They need to come check it out, as a matter of fact.
Absolutely. We'd love for you to check it out. Most of us are in a difficult position. We're always trying to find the right fit for our child educationally, and I think Bermuda punches well above its weight educationally, and sometimes we forget about that and look to overseas to find alternative solutions. But I agree with Riki. I think much of it can be found here, and for Somersfield, we're always looking for talented students. The vision sort of statement of the school is inspiring socially conscious independent thinkers, and that's really, really important. We're all about educating the whole child, and we want our kids to be diverse. We want to have a diverse student body, and we really want our students to be future leaders who can impact locally and nationally and potentially internationally on the island, because being socially conscious is important, and that's something that I think is really important for the fabric of the island itself. So
Absolutely.
Definitely check it out. I mean, Somersfield historically, we're a private school. We've got public purpose, and we're looking for talent, and I know that there's a great deal of talented young people on the student. As a parent, if you've ever felt like maybe your son or daughter or your child's feeling a little boxed in within a system, and they need a little bit more room to run, a little more freedom to be creative, we're a great fit.
Heard it. As I tell you, these guys, they're talking, what we call talking the thing this morning, all right? They're letting you parents know as you're driving. And for those who may be like, well, I don't know, it sounds amazing, but, I just don't know if I could, afford that right now. Anything, like I said, equity and merit full and partial scholarships are now open. So, and who are those scholarships? Like, really, break down who are those scholarships for?
Look, this is really for
Zarabi Entertainment. Live streaming of this station is brought to you by Zarabi Entertainment. Visit us at zarabi.vip.
Heard it, understanding it right here on Vibe 103 on this Wednesday morning. Again, if you need more information from what you've heard this morning, admissions at Somersfield.bm, or visit www.mysomersfield.bm as well. That's just as simple as that. And of course, before you just show up next week Thursday, you would probably want to go there first to, I'll say either RSVP or just reserve.
Yeah, that would be good. We'd love to know if you plan to come, so we can set things up and have a good chat with you, so you know exactly what we're all about.
And you guys are like, and how do you? How's the enrollment? So someone wants to, transfer their child out of whatever school they're currently going, they can just what would they do for that?
Look, we would go through the process, go through the enrolment process, and work out when the best time to transition and transfer over. Obviously, we're looking at for September the 1st, the beginning of the 2024-25 school year. Yeah. And that takes time. We want to make sure that it's the right fit for you, your family, and for the school, so we can do the best we can for each and every student that comes to us.
Heard it. Appreciate it. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming in, both Riki and Charlie. Thank you so much. And
thank you for having us.
Once again, the students are probably listening. I I know those guys. They're speaking about our school. I'm so proud to be going here this morning. Yeah, so big shout outs to, again, all the students, all the faculty as well, and of course, shout out to the parents. Yeah,
absolutely.
Trying to say what's up to the parents. Trying to say, don't forget the parents, let's send them there, okay? Now, my biggest is thank you guys so much for coming in this morning. Appreciate these words.
Appreciate your time. Thank you.
To all my parents, again, that's admissions at Somersfield.bm or mysomersfield.bm. All right, and if you have any, you got caught up or you don't know or you missed out of anything, you can always hit me up here at Vibe on the Grid. You know how that thing's set already. All right, time right now is 8 o'clock. Getting back into it, like I said 1,000 times. Cali Rouge Rhythm as we're moving and grooving here on a Wednesday morning,